everything right real quick. One of cough drops. All that good stuff. Oh yeah, hit that like button too, man. Hit that damn like button. That's 16. Alright, yeah, 16. As we got 16 people in here, so we back with another episode of Rigged NFL. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell. We even had a week full of field goals this week, and ironically, it wasn't the game overseas in Germany. It was all the American games, where 6 games had game-winning field goals. This is kind of like a couple years ago in the playoffs, where 4 games had the last 4 seconds, and it was down to a game-winning field goal. So they pulled that script out of their ass and decided, let's go with that. Because we had, let me scroll through. The Cards, the Browns, Seahawks, Broncos, Lions, and Texans. Broncos being the one last night where they had 12 men on the field as Will Lutz missed the first attempt, hooked to the right. And then on the second attempt, nailed it, gave the Broncos a win. And they still have hope for the playoffs. Believe it or not, as much as we shit on them, they still have hope. I'm waiting for that hope to disappear. Let me see what y'all got going on in the chat, man. Y'all got it jumping already, man. Shout out to the only good one here for being first, Granny Man second, and I Hate Lakers third. What's up, Blackbird McKnight? Try to tell you about them Ravens. Nigga Odell washed up. I've been said he washed up. He'll have his spurts every now and again. As we saw in the Ravens game, he had little flashes of speed, but like the Odell that we saw with the Giants, yeah, that shit is gone. That ain't happening. People caught on about the Super Bowl logo theory and it'd be too obvious. That's what I was saying before, man. Like, the fact that all this scripted stuff and all this stuff has just made it to the mainstream and people notice little patterns, that would have been one of them too, was the colors. I mean, the last 2 Super Bowls prior to, so would not look so likely. Josh Allen washed up. No, he just throwing games. Here's my thing about the Bills. I was talking to Dell about this last night, is that the Buffalo Bills are kind of like the Minnesota Vikings. They disappear in primetime games. I mean, let's see, who have they played in primetime this season? They've already had 4 games. They had the Bengals, which we know they lost. We've had the Denver Broncos, lost last night. Week 1, the Jets, another loss in overtime. And then they struggled to beat the New York Giants. And I've noticed all of these games, you know what? Half of these games they've played out of the 4 in primetime have put me to sleep. Half of those. Just like that Jets-Raiders game put me to sleep. They should never do that ever again. I said this year the Bengals is the team to take a step back in that division. But they're going to make that shit close to the very end for the AFC North specifically. They're going to make sure that is probably the closest division in the NFL as far as first to last. Play Niners unless the Eagles ain't going back. We done been through this shit before. I wouldn't even expect the fanboys to catch on to the color thing like that for real, but here we are. The other Super Bowl to be connected to the Super Bowl is Saints and Niners, and that's not gonna happen. I was about to say, hold up now. Wait. Ravens and Niners. Okay. Gotcha. What up, Caleb? What's good with you? Said the Bills and Broncos definitely the NFL wanted the Bills to lose that game. I mean, you could tell who wants to lose. It's like the Ravens and Browns game, man. Like, just the way the Ravens were up, by 13 going to the 4th, and then the Browns scored 16 points. And just turnovers and just all this stupid, silly shit. Well, there's no reason for the Ravens to have lost that game where Keaton Mitchell had 4 touches? 4 fucking touches in the second half after he dashed him for 40 for a touchdown real quick, showing off his speed, which I found interesting actually about that. I gotta go through my checklist now. I was listening to this on the radio when I heard them talking about Keaton Mitchell. So his dad, Anthony Mitchell, played for the Ravens. He was undrafted, won a Super Bowl on the team that beat the Giants when they played in Tampa Bay. And the last team his dad played for was the Cincinnati Bengals. Fast forward now, what team do the Ravens play this coming Thursday? And on top of that, to go back to Keaton, they mentioned, he said all his apparel growing up was purple. He said he was born, his exact words, he was born to be a Baltimore Raven. You look at the school this man went to. He went to ECU. They got the exact same colors as the Ravens. And Keaton Mitchell plays for the Ravens just like his dad. If that ain't a Monarch athlete, I don't know what is. And furthermore, get this man the goddamn ball, because I got him in fantasy. But yeah, that's something that just caught my attention. 4 fucking touches. Man, I don't know. You can't be saying that after your Giants getting dropped by 30 fucking 2. Y'all scored the total number that was the spread, which was 17, and the Cowboys covered. But yeah, y'all need a quarterback. Y'all need to be tanking. Y'all doing that now anyway. Y'all need to be tanking. Y'all need a new quarterback. Find a way to get out that contract with Danny Jones. He's sorry. Ravens blow another lead. I was waiting for that. I was waiting for that to happen. There was a couple games when they was on that winning streak. I was like, surely they gonna blow this lead. They didn't. This one, oh, they did. Oh, Ninja. That's what that is, man. Josh Dobbs, which they've turned this into a bigger story, is that they kind of turned it into the Ryan Fitzpatrick thing, the journeyman quarterback, they have to point out the fact how smart he is. And ESPN did an article where they tried to do this, but ESPN being ESPN, they had to throw race in there and point out the fact that intelligence isn't usually tied to black quarterbacks, and they got a whole bunch of hell for that. And only ESPN would do some fuck shit like this. But everyone else can make a story about it and all that, but ESPN had to fuck it off. And at the rate that Dobbs and the Vikings are playing right now, at 6-4, second in a division, I see them making the playoffs. Unless something catastrophic happens, which I hope not. I see them making the playoffs. DeVito can't do anything on that team. Even the greatest QB can't do nothing on the injured Giants team. I mean, you know it's over when you really got to Google where a quarterback comes from. And then you got to Google the other players on the team, too. Exactly, unless he light-skinned. Hell no. Hell no, man. Hell no. I will not cook for all you niggas. I can tell you that now. Let me bring that back up and hit that like button. If you don't do one thing in life, hit that like button. Excuse me. Yeah, so about the Chiefs. One thing that I have a little bit of worry about the Kansas City Chiefs is this whole Justin Ross thing got upgraded to a felony. And like I mentioned last year, I think during the Super Bowl preview, whatever the fuck it was. When a team gets a player that is in trouble with legal issues, they typically don't win. So that is something to look out for the Kansas City Chiefs, because I've noticed they've been real quiet about it in the mainstream media. They ain't really brought it up too much because, you know, conveniently around this time this shit happened. The Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce thing happened, so that took all the focus off of Justin Ross. So that's something to think about with the Chiefs. I say the other way around. And it went south when he went to Cleveland. What? Nah, fam. No. Offensive Rookie of the Year, yes. MVP? I don't think so. Super Bowl? Hell no. Hell no, man. Oh, and not to mention, they have a black coach. They not finna do that. Nah. They not finna do all that. They not finna let the black coach win on top of CJ Stroud taking home all those awards. Oh, no. Last black coach to win was Mike Tomlin. And shit, there's only been two. Dungy and Tomlin. Which is fucking crazy. Here we are on Super Bowl 58. 2 out of the 57 winners have been black. That's crazy. But we know why. The Justin Fields is a vegan. Explains everything with his injuries. Cam Newton also a vegan. List goes on. Big athletes in pro sports. Bill Gates playing God. Who was that? Chad Ochocinco was talking about part of the diet is why a lot of these players are getting hurt. Because you know he was on that McDonald's diet, which not everyone can do, because not everyone has the genetics to do that. With the schedule, Pittsburgh looks good. Shit, Buffalo, going back to the Bills. Yeah, their schedule gets ugly. Like, I think they only play one team with a losing record. In they next, was it seven games or so? Let me see. I'm going to pull it up. Let's see, Bills. All right, let's see. So we got the Jets on the 19th at Philly. Not easy. At KC. Against the Cowboys. At the Chargers. Against the Patriots. I think it's the Patriots, the sorry team. And then at Miami. Like, it gets excruciatingly tougher. Like, every game at this point is a win or bust for them. Like they did the NFC East last year. Yeah, keeping it close-ish. Saints and Ravens, you say. NFL storyline, let's see. The Raiders won for their 25th all-time win against the Jets Sunday night. And, you know, DJ Hayden, who died at 33. Say it again, DJ Hayden died at 33. Was it 6 involved in the car crash? 6, 33, and 6. And the Raiders, ended up winning that game. The game that shouldn't have been nationally televised. But, yeah, I think the thing about the Raiders is that's eventually going to end. This feel-good story with the Raiders that they finally got rid of Josh McDaniels and there's a culture change. Antonio Pierce, I think he's from Cali. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like this whole, I think he grew up a Raiders fan. All this shit. Like that's going to come to an end eventually. Like we've seen this before where they hype up the Raiders to not do shit. So the thing about Dobbs, man. The thing about Josh Dobbs is the fact that it might not be the prettiest when he passed the ball. As well as it's just like he gets it done. And I heard somebody, I forgot who it was the other day, talking about why can they not tackle Josh Dobbs? It was like that in college, to be honest. Like people bouncing off him and all this shit. It was no different in Tennessee, him doing that shit. So him running the ball, that's just like taking it back to UT days. Him throwing the ball and stuff, I'm like, okay, man. Like you can throw for 158 in the game, still win. Okay, cool. Like, hey, do you? I'm with it. I'm here for it. Yeah. That's what Winston does, man. That is literally his whole NFL career is throwing throwing picks in games. He's showing the past struggle of Ravens a lot for some reason. So maybe if they face up, they better give us this matchup. I think the Lions have a shot at the Super Bowl. No, I don't. They gonna make a deep run, but that's about it. Damn, they did. It's crazy. The week they actually used Bijan Robinson a little bit better, they still lost. As Kyler Murray came back and scampered around and shit. They're just gonna keep winning until the debt is paid off. They're gonna have to win some more Super Bowls. Oh, you going to the game this week? Oh, snap. Okay. Okay. Said the Raiders of rugs. That's another car. Speaking of car crashes. All right, let's see where I'm at with this. See, the Patriots are, the Patriots, the New England Patriots are a mess. Like I was watching a press conference of Mac Jones. Someone asked him, did he believe in himself? His body language said no. He said yes to the answer, of course, or to the question. But his body language was like no. Like it's clear that they don't trust him. It's clear that team is giving up on him. And it's clear they tanking. And it's bad when you bench your starting quarterback who's terrible for another quarterback who's just as bad, throw a pick on the final drive. In a, what was the word that McCourty used? What do you say? A team meeting of Colts defenders. Like, that's bad. And the whole narrative now is it's time for Bill Belichick to be fired. Mac Jones, it's time to move on for them. It's time to just turn over a new leaf. But this is what happens when you win that many Super Bowls. You're going to have to go into repayment mode. And they are in heavy repayment mode. You get 6 Super Bowls, get caught cheating multiple times, and nothing really happens to you. Yeah, you in repayment mode for real. So that's what they on. And that'll eventually happen to the Chiefs somewhere farther down the line once all this money's been paid back to the city of St. Louis. They going to go through the same shit. And to be honest, I'm cool with it because I hate the New England Patriots. I still hate them. I don't care if Tom Brady gone. I don't care if Bill Belichick gone. They get a new coach. I'm going to hate them. So I'm glad to see them suffer. I hope it's like this every week for the Patriots. I hope they do some stupid shit like fake spike it every single time. Do a fake kneel next time. Fake kneel that shit and then fumble it while trying to throw the ball. That's what I hope happens in the next game. We make them like Manning's Colts teams. The Bills are, like I said, they getting turned to the Kirk Cousins Vikings. Like where they are not necessarily bad on paper. They should be whooping everybody's ass, this, that, and the third. But when it comes to these primetime games, when the lights get bright, they disappear and shrink. Now, speaking of Bills, I don't know if I mentioned Damar Hamlin. Yeah, they made an appearance. They made a big deal, good story, all that good shit. Made a tackle, so which I'm surprised they didn't let him play in the Bengals game, because that would have made the whole storyline come full circle, and they could really put a bow on that shit and close it and get done with it. But I don't write the scripts, so you know. Exactly. Heavy repayment, nigga. They in student loan debt. That's what the fuck the Patriots are in. 3 or 4 more losing seasons. Can we give them 10? Let's give them 10. Warriors, yeah, kinda. Warriors are different. They'll still make the playoffs and shit because Steph Curry too popular. I say that one year when they just did terrible and all their best players got hurt, or they were like the worst team in the league. Then the next year they turn around and win. That worst team in the league was one of their repayment years. That's because the NFL hates them, bro. It's like the Chargers. They got partial ownership of a new stadium. Actually, no, I think them niggas renting that shit. They renting it. Damn, I said you renting a stadium. But they are renting that shit, and they same thing, same position. Yeah, they good. They stopping at 4 with that crew. The Mill made a dime throw last week. I don't know, man. I don't know if Joe Milton gonna creep up the board like that. He gonna have to have a good pro day. He gonna have to have good all that, man. A good combine. He gonna have to do what Anthony Richardson did. Just throw that bitch as high as he can to the ceiling. Just hit them up, knock a banner down. That's what he gonna have to do. Who has more Super Bowls, Ravens or Giants? I mean, y'all do, but that's cool. I mean, y'all ain't done shit in what 20 years, so I mean that's cool. Actually, nah. It's been like 10. Y'all ain't done shit in 10. That's a good comparison to Chicago Bulls. They be wide open as receivers. Oh yeah, and he won in Ohio, and we know what school he went to. Against another quarterback who was he went to school at Ohio State, played football at LSU. Other quarterback, Joe Burrow. So let's see, did that. the story. Let's see. Kyler Murray, game winning field goals. I'm going through my list right now. Did that. No, they say Aaron Rodgers supposed to return mid-December. I feel like they keep moving the date every single time. Like, he gonna return. Oh, for one, I heard he was supposed to return 11-9 or some shit because 9/11 connection. Obviously didn't happen. Now they're saying mid-December. Are the Jets gonna win some more games? I don't know. I don't know, because they can only do so much with Zach Wilson at quarterback. Because my God, he terrible. Like, I think of that debate that Derek and Dale had last week about the Raiders and the Jets, or specifically more so Zach Wilson. Yeah, I saw that. It was like he threw the pick, and then Mac Jones is sitting down, and then coach is just chewing his ass out. Belichick just like, all right, whatever. And he had a little smirk on his face afterwards. I think someone called it out in the chat. Belichick has had a little smirk on his face after Bailey Zappi did that stupid shit. What up, Legacy 24? The way the commies are right now, I'm probably gonna make the playoffs the way the NFC is right now. I don't know. They're gonna have to win some games they not supposed to. That's what the fuck it's gonna take. Like games like the game against the Seahawks, that's a game they need to win. I'm not saying they should, but that's a game. Those are the type of games they gotta win if they want to talk about the commies going to the playoffs. They need to start winning them type of games. All these close games they be having, losing the teams they should. Shit, who was another one? They didn't lose to the Falcons too. Like games like that where they should be winning. Those are like winnable games. I'm to the point now with the Bills, like I'm kind of tired of them on being on national TV, to be honest. Cause like on paper they should be exciting to watch, but then when you actually watch them play, they do a lot of stupid shit on purpose, obviously. And it's like, all right, bro, come on, cut the shit. You see Deion taking the A&M job. He's leaving Colorado. You know he's going to have to pack his sons up and do this shit all over again for like the third time if he does that. I don't think he is. I think it's just rumor shit to talk about. That's all it really is. And you already know he would get hella backlash for that shit because it'd be like, oh, it got too hard at Colorado, so you had to jump to A&M. Is he really ready for the SEC? You already know how that narrative finna go. But I think that's just rumors and shit. I think A&M gonna get somebody else. If they did get Deion, boy, that's a top tier coaching job. The A&M job, that's literally a turnkey winning formula right there. Only problem is that transfer portal is gonna be a bitch because everybody gonna be transferring and shit now since Jimbo got fired. So Wars of KD was cheating. Niggas had to make a rule you couldn't use them in 2K. It was like that with Brady and Moss and Madden. It was like you can't have them both on the same team. It's not fair. And yeah, there was like, I think it was the like the Cavs in that time too. Or no, the Cavs before. Actually no, the Cavs before KD and afterwards. It was kind of like a rule, like you couldn't use the Warriors or Cavs. If you ran them that shit, ran them again. You can't use them. Yeah, he got all the physical intangibles. It's just like up here, he don't have it. If he could ever get this dialed in, boy. But we see he don't have this. I don't know about that. I don't believe that. And we done went through this shit before, man. We talking about this. Number one, think who their quarterback is. What he looks like. How much hell he had to go through just to get a damn contract, given the resume that he has. The fact that he doesn't have an NFL agent, they're not going to reward that. How many times do I have to fucking say that shit? Kyle Stroud be the first rookie of the year and MVP Texans to win the AFC South. I don't know about all that. Appreciate the super chat, Sexual Mid-Eye. That's a name. He ran from WWE only to run into the arms of WWE. Yeah, I mean, it's been like this for a while anyway. I mean, you beat the GOAT, that's what's going to happen. The so-called GOAT. Yeah, I mean, like a 40-year-old white dude. It don't even matter. This 40-year-old who got supposedly injured his ACL, or excuse me, Achilles. And he talking about, I'm going to be back in mid-December. Nigga, please. That's when you need to get drug tested. You saying shit like that as a quarterback. At that age, it's like, nah, Aaron Rodgers has been drug tested. That's the next thing we should have heard after he said that shit. Bro, ain't nobody worried about the Panthers, but they sorry as fuck. What? And we're tech to, we say, shorten injury recovery time, the injury recovery time, whatever. I mean, like we said before, this shit was fake anyway, so that's irrelevant. And the fact he 40 years old, it don't matter how much tech you got. Unless you got that deer antler spray that they gave Ray Lewis. Funny how Dak is always in MVP talks when he only beats bad teams. That's just for the sake of keeping the Cowboys relevant in conversation. So Deion Sanders can't transfer again. Same with Travis Hunter. You know Deion ain't finna leave them. Like that's what I'm saying. Like that shit is all. That's just rumor mill stuff to get people talking. It's like the John Gruden to coach the Tennessee Vols, or John Gruden to coach USC, or whoever, or if Pete Carroll wants to go say he might come back to USC. I'm just saying, I don't know if that's real or not. I doubt it. But just shit like that's just rumor mill talk. It's damn near like the Jim Harbaugh might go to the NFL. I think it was like last year or something. It's rumor mill shit. If this right though with Jim Harbaugh, he might as well have to go back to the NFL. Mm-hmm. Even though Brady retired, he still has his name brought up because he's the quote-unquote GOAT. That's like Michael Jordan. You still hear people talking about Michael Jordan. And he been retired 20 years ago. Am I doing any more rigged college football episodes? Yes, I am. I think the next one might be either Thursday night. I haven't decided yet, after the pickup show. And then I know I'm definitely doing one for the conference championships. And Final Four right now for college football playoffs. Georgia, winner of the Ohio State-Michigan game. I still have a strong feeling they'll find a way. Actually, no, if Bama beats Georgia, they both still get in. They might pull that bullshit again. So I can see Bama, Georgia, winner of Ohio State-Michigan. And they got to give it to a Pac-12 team. Right now, I'm saying Washington. Florida State, that's another one, too. You got to look out for real. But we'll see, because, a lot of crazy shit happens in the last two conference championship, too. But in the last 2 weeks, a lot of crazy shit be happening. Teams be losing games they shouldn't be losing. So we just see how shit shakes out. Think Michigan gonna win it all with all this shit they got going on? I doubt they win it all. As someone pick the Cavs, the other person will automatically pick Cavs. I remember that. But this time the Niners win. I got you. How many other people think it's real? They're gonna think that, of course. Sports gambling killed the credibility of sports leagues. Shit, that and the mob ties. But no one wants to bring. We know why they don't bring that shit up, but just saying. So it ain't no new shit. It just got super commercialized, and it's up front in our face. So the end ain't gonna win it. Colorado, we can't. I guess you saying nobody cares about Colorado. They just had a 4 or 5 star. That's one dude. I don't know what happened. That's just one dude. They gonna be straight. This year, this is the rough patch. This is that learning curve. Like, hey, motherfucker, this ain't Jackson State and you playing in the SWAC. No, nigga, you playing with the big boys, goddammit. So he gonna be straight at Colorado. He win everywhere he go, he win. So they trying to do with the Bucks this year, probably just keep the division close, and that's it. They ain't gonna do shit. They just don't win them. Kobe tore his Achilles and was done for the season for a year and never the same. Aaron Rodgers comes back in 3 months. Exactly. I guess the only difference you could argue, though, is like, if it was a real injury by whatchamacallit, Rodgers, wear and tear on the body. That's the only thing you could really argue as to why it affected Kobe more than Aaron Rodgers. You got to be a black quarterback with a white voice, more like white jeans, to hold up a trophy. Said Broncos are wild cards. God, I hope not. They suck ass to watch on TV. I can tell you that. I'm not surprised. They got a sports betting show. Think shit. CBS Sports got one. Fox got one. All of them got a sport. I think NFL Network. I think they got one too. If not, they got the fantasy football shit. So one and the same. So you think Oregon and Washington will not make the playoffs? I think a Pac-12 team gonna make it, considering it's their last year. If it wasn't their last year, neither of them would have made it. But shit, Washington would have lost by now. It's ironic to see the narratives between Lamar and Josh Allen this weekend. About time they fucking stop riding Josh Allen's meat. Jesus Christ. That's funny. The Michigan won't win the title, man. What's it been like? They window closed last year. The year they actually had a chance to win it. But for some reason they wanted TCU and them sorry ass niggas. If Caleb Williams wasn't coming out, Harrison would be the first pick. Caleb Williams got to goddamn paint his nails some more. So while quarterback numbers bad, this is because defenses this year they've been making it a point to make defenses look better. That's really the main thing. That's why you see a lot more low scoring games than you used to see. Like, just looking at the ticker right now, how many of these games where teams didn't score 20? Or both teams, that is. So I see a couple, first couple. Then you got games like 6-20, Tennessee, Tampa, where it's just lopsided as shit. So that's been the narrative this year too, the whole year. I think the Bengals win on Thursday. Nah, I think the Ravens got this one. Now, had Cleveland beaten the Ravens and Cincy beaten the Texans, then I'll be all right, the Bengals got to get this shit. I don't know with this one. So Caleb coming back. Think Lincoln Riley isn't going to be in LA too much longer. I mean, shit, what has he done there? Take a team to the Cotton Bowl and getting beat by Tulane? Said Ravens can win the Super Bowl, but they won't let Lamar win MVP. Stop it. Just stop. I wish. Trust me, I wish. As a Ravens fan, I wish. But stop it. It's not going to happen. It's not. I just said he doesn't have an NFL agent. They not finna reward that shit. And the hell he went through to get a contract. A contract. Not a ring. Not to hold a Lombard. A contract. Oregon State beating Washington. They on upset alert for sure. What up, B-Fire? Shout out to B-Fire in the building. What's good? Giannis hyperextended his knee. The man return drops 30 as nothing happened. And I remember his shit bent like how this elbow bent like this. Except his kneecap was this. This part was his kneecap and his shit did that. I remember seeing that. He had the Bambi leg and everything. I was like, oh shit. Limping and he came back. I'm like, okay. That ain't normal. There's nothing about that normal or human. Just saying. Makes you wonder. NFL can throw a curveball and make Lamar take over. Maybe let Brady's prophecy come true. Man, I wish. But you know how they do with black quarterbacks, bro. I wish. That's all a fantasy right there I just read. Oregon State beating Washington would destroy the Pac-12. Hey, speaking of which, man. There's a reason. So ESPN ended up going to James Madison or going to James Madison for their game against App State this Saturday. When there's a matchup with Washington and Oregon State, that should be where they go. But ESPN had something to do with Oregon State not being in another conference. So they chose not to go there. I'm talking about petty. That's some petty shit. Yeah, when they got the blackout jerseys too. The NFL finished with them. I'll say their best bet is next year to win it all. It'll be a matchup nobody thought would happen. Think of the Panthers and the Knights, and would be the Backs and the Rangers. Boy, if they try this shit now, you better hope them ratings is nice. I'm telling you, the NBA tried getting cute with that shit, shot themselves in the foot. MLB, well, I mean, it's baseball, and it's in football season, so by default, you kind of shooting yourself in the foot. But you really shot yourself in the foot with that matchup. It was cool to see two different teams, but like, ain't nobody trying to really see that shit. Think FSU gonna win the AC championship. So ain't it a weird coincidence where WWE superstars predict hometown NFL teams not winning a normal Super Bowl game against opposing teams, and it actually comes true? When did this happen? I'm curious. I don't know when that happened. Yeah, the Bengals, yeah. After that, it was like the Texans. That was a shocker to me. The Texans beating the Bengals. They don't have an offense. That's the thing. They're like, the Steelers are like the Jets. They offense is terrible, but they can get away with it. Because, again, they rely on the defense. They damn near the same fucking team. Pickett's better than Zach Wilson, though, for sure. But it's the same shit. Hey, man. I wouldn't get in the hot tub with any of them niggas, bro. That's funny. They only use them for the underdog story. Tucker came down here. He was safe. Wait a minute. What was that question? Why didn't Kaepernick win the Super Bowl and Super Bowl 47 if he's mixed? He went against a white quarterback, dude. Fuck is you talking about? It wasn't like he went against another black quarterback or nothing like that. And I mean, we saw he got repaid for doing the shit he did a couple years ago by taking the knee. So that was his repayment. It was like, all right, man, you ain't gonna come back to the league or nothing. But we gonna keep bringing you up whenever there's like quarterback controversy and shit, just to keep your name over there. And we'll get you this deal with Nike, even though you trash. And you coming back would be worse. And it's not gonna happen. They pay the money to not come back. So Will sports be popular in 10 years? Yes. There's division leaders, at least 2 games. If they win on Thursday, Bengals money line, a little better. Thank you later. That too. Swan song season. That's like the year the Steelers beat the Seahawks. Jerome Bettis retired in his hometown and won the Super Bowl in his hometown conveniently. And I mean, you can see that shit from a mile away with the Ravens winning that Super Bowl. As much coverage as they gave Ray Lewis. The mentioning it was his last year. The fact that the way it was like he gonna come back. It don't matter how injured he is. He gonna come back and play for the team. He got these like black pads or whatever the fuck that shit was on his arm. Made him look like a whole RoboCop looking nigga with the dark face mask with the dark visor with the face mask. That shit was hard though, I ain't gonna lie. That whole storyline screamed Baltimore was finna win. And the brother matchup was kind of like a side quest. You think one of the new teams win the Super Bowl? I mean, let's see. We had the Nuggets, new team. Golden Knights, new team. Rangers. Could be. We'll see. Do I know why the NFL has championship belts selling on WWE Shop's website? I didn't even know they did. That's news to me. I think everyone will. Everyone will for that. They'll watch hockey. If I ain't got shit else to watch, I'll throw on some hockey. But I mean, it got to be absolutely nothing. It got to be like no basketball on. It got to be like, shit, man, it's hockey. Because if I can't think of a TV show to watch or just a movie to throw on that I've seen before, like All About the Benjamins, fucking Friday or some shit. All right, fuck it. Throw on this hockey, man. Throw on the Kraken. They probably playing. I don't know. I'll say this, they video games be fun as hell though. Them hockey games, boy. I be hit sticking the shit out of people, boy. Just boom. You just see them slide on them motherfucking that ice and then you see the stick separated from them. That shit be funny. I be thinking, bro, like so many of these dudes got CTE right now, it's not even funny. If this was real. So they might lose in the playoffs. You say you like the Lions, the Bengals, and the Super Bowl battle of the Cats. Yeah, they ain't gonna do that to us. They wouldn't do that to us. And I don't need Cincinnati Bengals fans getting more, what's the word I'm looking for? With the more inflated ego than they already got. 2 or 3. I say 2. I don't know about 3, but 2 for now. 2 in this decade. I'm surprised if the upcoming Super Bowls will surpass $1 trillion milestone that will end world hunger and homelessness, which you know they ain't gonna put none of that money to it. Yeah, Mike Tomlin never had a losing season. So the Lions going with Dan Campbell? I don't see it. If this was real, this might be a different conversation, but I don't see it. Why did they let Manning get beat in the Super? Because they knew he was going to win one when he retired. That's why. And at the time, Wilson had a white wife. Or white girlfriend or whatever the fuck it was. That his teammates slept with. But that's besides the point. So it goes from, and he wasn't even really the main focus. The main focus was Legion of Boom on that Super Bowl winning team. And then the next year, when he was the main focus, was for throwing an interception. And the other focus was obviously on Marshawn Lynch for, why didn't you give this nigga the ball? And people say esports will replace physical sports, but esports flop. No one's watching dudes play video games. Not like, well, it was different in 2020. It was different because you couldn't, go to a football game, go to a basketball game. You You at home, so it's like fuck it, it's on. They playing. People were desperate to see sports. It was like fuck, 2K. Somebody's playing 2K. It's close to basketball, I guess. Type shit. And there's a certain demographic that likes to watch people play video games too. Depends on like age and stuff. Like if you in your 30s, like your mid 30s and older, it probably wasn't for you because you didn't grow up playing video games that heavy like that. So it's just different. The younger generation shit, they fuck with that shit heavy. That's why these niggas be going crazy on Twitch and stuff. The RDC World, they got the skits and then they got the video game content and the personalities along with it. Oh yeah, that was a moment when them lights just magically went off. Was that a BLM? I'm trying to think. When was the first time I heard BLM? I don't think, because let's see, I was a sophomore in college. I don't remember the BLM thing going down. Because I remember BLM really gaining traction, like really being out there until the Colin Kaepernick thing. That's when they just popped out news like BLM this, BLM that. But I don't remember BLM back then. So in general, with wrestling characters that are heels, and heels cut a promo, they'll normally talk trash about a hometown's NBA, NFL, or other sports team that won't win a game. I got you. I think The Miz, I think he did something like that. I don't know what city it was, but I feel like it was a pay-per-view. He did that. And then that next day or something, that hometown team lost or some shit. I forgot what it was. Well, I think of the Browns' new roster, especially seeing Deshaun Watson at quarterback. I think, man, that man does not stay healthy. That's their biggest thing is he don't stay healthy. That's really like that thing about the Browns is like on paper for years, they ain't been bad. It's just when it comes time when they actually play the game, that's when the fuck shit happens. And then coach in years past too was coaching, like the year they had Odell, Jarvis Landry, and all those people. Who's the coach? Kitchens was the coach. He had a lot of terrible play calls. God off had like 3 receivers running to the same area on plays and shit. And it's like no wonder Baker throwing interceptions. If your main 3 reads is going to the same area and all your defenders are in that same area, guess what? When you throw the ball, probably it's gonna get picked off. Probably. So. Does the NFL have any teams they don't know what they want to do with? I mean, considering as much money's involved, they know what the fuck they gonna do with the team. Even the team that's just sitting at 500, they know what they want to do with that team. So they don't really, I wouldn't say they really necessarily got any teams in limbo or anything like that. Or if they do, or if it feel like they are, that means they probably got plans for them later on, say next season or whenever the draft comes up. Like, yo, so and so finna be in the draft. Make sure this team does god awful. Make sure they just gut their whole roster and have like a bunch of no-name Carolina Panthers, a bunch of no names on their team, and over time build it up. Or they magically get everything they need in free agency. Kim K. What? That wow. That ruined his career, or his career already over with essentially. I mean, everybody knew that was gonna happen, bro. With staff. Yeah, it was Malcolm Smith won MVP. I had to Google who that was after the game. I didn't know who the fuck he was at the time. Nah, I ain't see that. That's wild. Like a fist fight, like people playing the game, dropped the controls and was fighting. Like what? Cali team to win another Super Bowl when the Rams hustled one for a couple years. 2013 was Trayvon Martin. Trial. Okay. So I remember 2012 when he got shot and shit. So the worst Super Bowl was that Seahawks Broncos. Super Bowl party was mid. Homeboy went to bed before halftime. Seahawks. I think the only thing I didn't like was the fact the game was over with at halftime, and I think Taylor Swift performed. I didn't like that. I just hate Taylor Swift. What else did I not like? No, that's not the worst Super Bowl. The worst Super Bowl is the last Rams and Patriots Super Bowl. I don't care if that was terrible. Like, that was absolutely terrible. Halftime show, terrible. Like, easily the worst Super Bowl. Easily. So he would made no. Well, because they forgot to put his eyebrows on. I'll stop though, man. Yeah, that alopecia shit real though. Like, his dad got that shit too. His dad got the missing eyebrows too. Yeah, MetLife Stadium was like they want to do a cold Super Bowl. They want some different shit. And they gave us a blowout in a cold Super Bowl. Like, come on, bro. To suppress good teams, they have to keep players get injured so they can lose and have an excuse for them not winning. Or they just sit them out for no reason. Like Malcolm Butler on the Patriots. Like, take out the key player and he's not dressing today for some made up bullshit reason. Ty Gurley, you see him in the tunnel. He jogging and moving and stuff perfectly fine, but for some reason he's just not playing today. And the announcers don't know why either. I think Super Bowl rings and MVPs is more important. There's always going to be a knock. Depends on your position too. It's always going to be a knock on you. If you're a quarterback and it's like, he got MVPs, but he ain't got no rings. It's always going to be, in this era, whether it be basketball, football, whatever, it's always the rings debate. Like, but he ain't got no rings. Like in basketball, it could be like, he has a top 10 career, but he ain't got a rings. Like, but he ain't got no rings though. So they take him out just because of that. And the whole time, he might have been on a shitty team. In a bad situation. Like, imagine Paul Pierce if he had his whole time on a bad Boston team. We'd be talking different about it. But he got a ring. I say though, the ring means more. If you're a quarterback, the ring. If it's just solely for a Hall of Fame debate, MVPs. So the Eagles are the best team in the league. I mean, they just struggled a little bit. I really say, man, for real, like the Ravens are the best team, like top to bottom. Like they got balance, they got a good defense. It's just when it comes to them damn fumbles and turnovers by Lamar. But other than that, I say the Ravens. Philly would be a close second though. Oh, they do in basketball. They especially do that shit. They especially do that. That's what I hate about NBA playoffs, though. Man, y'all hit that like button, too. So the Niners all of a sudden the best team in the league. Now, I forgot about the Niners. Forgot they got to win. Get on a winning streak, and maybe we can talk about them being the best team in the league. Maybe. Just win more than one in a row. But I mean, on top of it, the main thing is they got a lot of players back, too. Like, they got Debo Samuel back. They got Chase Young. Like, they got some players healthy. Be surprised if the Bills make a run and they end barely making it to the playoffs as a wild card team. You know somebody gonna do it. I still say the Chargers because that's the thing about the Chargers. That's their whole MO. Even going back to Phillip Rivers, it was like they start off pretty bad, and then they have to make this late November, this December run where they just win game after game after game after game after game. They might lose one, and then they make it to the playoffs and upset the team they shouldn't beat on the road. I want to say that's what they did the year Lamar was a rookie. Yeah, that game was bad, man. I think I left my friend's house before that game was over. So I was like, yeah, fuck this. I'm out. I feel like I might have heard about this. That's when you know they don't give a damn. Either Burrow or Allen become like Peyton Manning, but Allen is starting to kind of look like Drew Brees. Kirk Cousins was more like Kirk Cousins. The man said the food was good. If there's one thing I do like about Super Bowl Park, the food do be popping. The food be bussin'. The food be bussin'. Especially if someone got that like they homemade like buffalo dip. Boy. Yeah, or you say shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame? You all right, man, you trolling now. I know you trolling now. They gonna make noise. Super Bowl contenders with the Super Bowl contenders, the Browns with Deshaun Watson at quarterback. Super Bowl contenders. Actually, all their quarterbacks are black on their roster. And, you know, the whole shit with Deshaun. Yeah, no. T-Mac was different, man. He was on 61% of the money line bet for the game against the Chiefs. They better give us a good game. Don't give us another one of these Broncos. But don't give us that shit. Said Vic over Lamar. That's tough. I say this, who faster? North-South, that is Vic. Vic faster North-South. When it comes to juking and all this other shit, that's Lamar. Passing, throwing strength, obviously Vic. He threw that shit on a laser. Oh, that's tough. Depends on who he throwing to too. But I might take Vic over Lamar on that one. Could he be the next Mike Tomlin? We have to see, man. I'd be cool with it, man. I'd be cool with it. It's like I'd be cool with Antonio Pierce being the coach of the Raiders. I doubt it, but that would be cool if they said, you know what, let's make him the full-time coach. Because you know how they do. If it's a black interim coach, even if he does good, it's like, yeah, you did good, but during the interview, something happened and you just didn't get the job. Like, that's how that always goes. They trade before the deadline, solidify their deep run in the playoffs. Yeah, that Chase Young one said it right there. Oh, yeah, one of them, they missed tackles. I was thinking that Rams-Niners game on Monday Night Football last year. It was like Jalen Ramsey didn't want to. And this one dude turned his back on him. When he had to eat, actually, no, dude missed when he caught the ball. Then the second defender turned his back on him for no reason when he should have just tackled him. And then Jalen Ramsey said, fuck it, I ain't going to tackle this nigga either. Oh, I'm probably too busy to do that shit. I ain't gonna hold you. But yeah, I do not like watching UFC fights. Like when I was younger, I was cool watching UFC. Like when you could keep up with people who was fighting and shit. But now it'd be a pay-per-view every weekend. It'd be this fighter I've never heard of, this other fighter I've never heard of. It's just hard to keep up with that shit now. And it don't hold my attention like it used to. The enlightenment phase. Man, we'll see. We'll see. Because I feel like every time, if it's enlightenment, he getting hurt a hell of a lot. If he had a year where he was fully healthy and he was balling out and shit, I'd be like, all right, I can see it. But man, this man be hurt it seems like every game he get hurt. Even the 12 men on the field just in case he missed, yeah. But they got someone on the sideline for real who be like counting that shit to know how many people on the field. Yeah, I've always wondered that too. I don't know about him being Eli's son, but I've always wondered, like, there's obviously some type of tie for them to just say, yeah, get Daniel Jones. I wouldn't say that. I'm taking Debo over Cooper any day. Yeah, Vic was in the league where it wasn't so much we gonna design runs for you as much as they did Lamar. Yeah, Greg Roman, it was like we just gonna solely rely on that shit. But now it's like, nah, we got some receivers. We got some running backs. But Vic was on them Eagles teams, boy. That was something now. Like to have good players on bad teams, play bad or get injured to trade them. And I always think of Christian McCaffrey. Yeah, you said it. Christian McCaffrey always hurt. Playing on a bad Panthers team. And then whole new career with the Niners. Eli over Peyton? Hell no. If it's solely against Tom Brady, I'd take Eli, but that's about it. The all-black leadership narrative with the Raiders, he might become head coach. I hope so, but I don't trust an NFL owner saying that they want to hire a whoever their current interim black head coach is until I actually see it like official. I don't, because they can say anything. Because they're only gonna bring more drama and more bad press if you winning as the interim coach, and the owner's like, yeah, we ain't really fully committed to him and shit like that. That's a bad look. So you didn't know who Danny Dimes was before they drafted him. I saw him play at Duke. That's about it. I didn't see anything special. I mean, he's better than other Duke quarterbacks, but they ain't really saying much. I think the fact he went to Duke is kind of what pushed him up a little bit too. Kind of like the dude they got now at Duke. His name Riley. What's his name? Riley something. I can't think of it. Yeah, I do. Thoughts on Madden 23? Heard in Madden's. That is not the game that hurt John Madden's legacy. The last. How many games? Shit, the last decade of Madden games hurt his legacy. I don't know why people acting like this is some new shit. Madden been trash. Bro, that'll never happen, bro. We don't want him. To Bill Belichick going back to the Giants, I doubt it. Highly doubt it. Dabo's winning Texas A&M. I don't believe that shit. I ain't gonna lie. I don't believe that. That'd be something. That'd make the SEC interesting, but I don't believe that. I mean, this one you just gonna have to wait and see because it ain't Dion. Eddie Guerrero's death date was yesterday. The man ain't the same anymore. You wish some other game company would be in competition. Well, yeah. We all wish the same thing too, but we don't run that industry. That's why I say if you want to play good football games with like I guess you can call them game developers or modders, whatever the proper term is, go the modded route. Just get you NFL 2K5. All you need is a PC, controller. All the shit's online for free. That's all you need to do. Instead of waiting every year paying $60 for a roster update with broken gameplay that's animation based and not physics based. So yeah, go to modded route, man. And that applies to that college football shit too. I'm telling y'all now, you think that college football the new game gonna be good and all this shit, and you buying the shit the EA said it's gonna be different. They just pumping smoke up your ass. I'm telling you that now. So when anybody in this chat gets the new game, they talking about how bad it is. You can't say I didn't try to warn you, because I've been saying this shit for damn near a year and a half. Yes, they'll eventually be good again. Will Fields be quarterback? I don't know about all that, but eventually they will. They do for a new stadium anyway. So That's a good point. That is a good point. I don't know. I guess you call it Madden 2025, I guess. I don't know. That was stupid that they did that anyway. All right, it's the last one before I get up out of here. Yeah. I've never seen anyone use the word incredulous. I'm not even gonna lie. Seeing the reactions to these so-called Madden NFL gamers getting hype playing the game. You know what, honestly, man, a lot of that shit, the people that be pushing it, they getting paid by EA Sports to push the game. That's all that really is. That's all they really doing. They know it's bad too. They just saying shit, acting like, oh my God, they got this new feature. No, it's not no new feature, nigga. The game trash. Curse of people getting, who was on the cover this year? Josh Allen, that's right. The team will have an off year and barely make the playoffs. That's a good point. And yeah, the ones who getting cursed now is the people who buy the game. It's not even the players on the cover anymore. So shit. But yeah, man, it's been good chopping up with y'all, man. It's been fun. We gonna be back Thursday, NFL pregame pickup, 9:45. Stay tuned for that. Might have a rig college football that same night. Not sure yet. You'll know. Keep your notifications on. Thank you for watching. We are out. And hit that like button too. Hit that goddamn like button.